Secretary to Rivers State Government, Professor Ibibia Lucky Worika, has called on residents of Rivers State to be apprehensive of fake news peddlers who intend to misinform the public. The SSG gave the warning yesterday in Government House as he also refuted an alleged appointment of Mr. Samuel Wanosike as sole administrator of Rivers State Waste Management Agency by the administrator of the state, Vice Admiral retired Ebok Ete Ekwe Ebas. Professor Worika categorically refuted the appointment of Mr. Wanosike and the recruitment of proposed 10,000 persons into the state civil service. He urged everyone to disregard unfounded speculations and rely on official government sources for accurate information. He added that the government remains steadfast in its pursuit of a peaceful, prosperous, and united state. What do you make of this development in Rivers State crisis? The government coming out to debunk the news of an appointment and also that of 10,000 persons recruitment. What do you have to say?
Yes, I think fake news is a situation where a group of mischief makers, which might be for political intent or for economic intent, they peddle false information in order to stir up anger or to pitch certain group of people against the other people. And all of these are meant, to create disorderliness in society. Because they believe that they need some level of tools, to achieve that their clandestine political intents. And for you to do that, you weigh the society. You try to poison the minds of the people in order to make them the political servitude for you to achieve your nefarious political interest. And this is the situation. The peddler people must be careful. They don't mean well for society. Peddlers of fake news don't mean well for society. They're either looking for a way to create crisis or to create disaffection within a group of people. And when there are clashes of interest that are rooted in fake news, stories that are not true, it can lead to political, tension, can even lead to political killings and the rest of it, and destructions of life and property. This is the danger of it. And if the Rivers State government, led by Ibas, is now warning people to be wary of fake news, I think it's a very good advice.
Now, one would say that in face of this Rivers State crisis that has escalated into state of emergency, now there is a caveat to pulling out, to ending the state of emergency in Rivers State, and that is reconciliation of the warring factions. One would say that in face of the Rivers emergency situation and people saying, oh, this has to come to an end, question would be, how is it going to come to an end when these things seem not to stop? In your opinion so far, I mean, you're domiciled in Rivers State and you witness firsthand what is going on in Rivers State. Would you say from the body language of the actors at play that there is possibility of reconciliation before the end of this 6 months? I think we have just barely 4 months remaining.
You see, for me, I don't even see the need, to bring these people to the table to discuss.
Why do you say that?
I don't even see the need. You know why? Because adults should be adults. Why are you in politics? Are you in politics to satisfy just your personal quest against the general interest of the state? Are you in politics because you just want to amass wealth and create dissatisfaction within the people and you are happy? Are you in politics because you are a child or you are an adult who feel that, yes, I have what it takes to manage a society, to manage a people? Why are you in politics? So why should it be that Emi Firaga and other Nigerians will need to call you to remind you of your role as a citizen of a state, as a citizen of a place, that you owe the state and you owe the people certain responsibility to ensure that you improve their welfare, you improve the status of the state, create development, drive the economy. Do you need me to come and remind you that you need to put aside certain childish behavior and submit yourself to the rule of law which you swore to uphold? Do you need me to come and remind or beg you to subject your inordinate interest for the welfare and good of Rivers State, then why are you a Rivers at all? If you need me to come and beg you, I don't need to beg you. You should know that you owe the state a responsibility, and that responsibility and obligation is to protect her, to defend her, to enhance her, to promote her, and not to destroy the state. Asking me and government to come and beg you, it's like you are bigger than the state. It's like you are seeing yourself as an overlord. Now, that the people will come and kneel and beg you for you to know your responsibility that you owe it to your people. What is the cause of the crisis? Why are we here in the first place? What led us to the level we are? If everybody have respected the Nigeria Constitution, the law that made you governor, the law that made you minister, the law that made you a legislator, the law that made you even a citizen, that you think that you have certain rights. You are a commissioner is through the law. So assuming everybody respect the law, which has become the conscience of the state, would have gotten to this level. So why don't we just look at, okay, I have failed, I have erred, and now let me go back to what is expected of me. That is being a citizen indeed, a citizen that respects the law of the land, a citizen that submits to the law of the land, a citizen that look at the welfare of the state above his personal interest. There are other citizens in the states, other natives and residents in the states. But you are choosing among the many or millions of persons. And you have that privilege that people are praying and fasting just to smear. You are given that opportunity. Don't you think there are people who want to be governor? Don't you think there are people who want to be minister? Don't you think there are people who want to be commissioner, advisors? There are people who want to, but they don't have the privilege, they don't have the opportunity. But here you are there. And you are feeling that you are overloaded. You cannot submit to the same law that gives you that privilege above all. What does that make of you? This thing is simple. Everybody go back to where you've erred. Go back to where you started the wrong journey. Obey the law. What does the law say? Okay, you are made to prepare a budget and submit to a house. Stop preparing a budget and submit it to your friends. If you are made to respect an arm of government, respect that arm of government. If you are made to pass or to support bill or to assent to bills or whatever that is presented to you to look at and deliberate on and pass for the good of the state, why don't you do it as a legislature? You being a governor does not make you that you are above the law. No. You are there because the law said so. So why don't you submit to that law? The law says 3 arms of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. The law didn't say the executive shall be overlord. The executive must exist while the other one should not exist. So why don't you respect your boundary? Live by your boundary. All these things is just simple. We don't need to beg anybody. It's just to remind people, tell them that you have failed. You failed to respect what made you. That is just the thing. Respect what made you. The law, yes, we need synergy between the executive and the legislature to move the state forward. But the kind of synergy we need is not the one to appropriate the state to yourselves. The synergy is that you feel that this policy is good. You made it into a bill, you submit to the house looked at it, deliberate on it, look at it, it's good for this, they pass it. That is a synergy. The law says you are caused to make this and that budget appropriation bill, you submit, and it is passed for the benefit of the state. The law did not say you should, even in our democratic eye, the legislator even have more power even than the executive. But we don't see it like that. We just feel that immediately the president is the president. Oh, he's the overlord. Immediately the governor is the governor, is the overlord. Immediately the local government chairman is the chairman because the executive is the overlord. No. The legislator determines your power. The power you should weigh, how you should perform your role under your office. It is the responsibility of the legislature to so determine.
All right.
It is not for you now to say you are the one to determine the rules of legislation. No, that is an aberration.
All right. Now, having said that, now the question I am looking at is moving forward. That's why I asked if the government is coming out to debunk the fake news that has been peddled, some days ago. One on the recruitment of 10,000 civil servants into River State Civil Service, and the appointment of Samuel Wanosike, into Rewama. The question would be, what if the government is coming out to say they are not the ones? Then it means that some persons are pushing out propaganda. And considering how tense the polity still is, and the body language of the political players involved in this crisis, would you say that you see the emergency situation coming to an end sooner than later?
You see, first, I will take care of the peddlers of the fake news before diving into the other answers.
All right.
When you sat back and you cook some messages, you push them out there to create dissatisfaction and to paint a certain government as though bad or evil. The question you should ask yourself, even before you push that message, is Wanosike a native of River State? The answer is yes. Is Samuel Wanosike qualified to hold any position in River State government? The answer is yes, because no court has declared him an ex-Govt.
Mm-hmm.
Is Wanosike qualified to be appointed by River State government to work for her? The answer is yes, because he's a citizen. If he has the educational requirements and the political spread that made him to be selected, is he not qualified?
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly are you trying to drive at, you the peddler? What are you trying to achieve? If not for political mischief, that Wanosike is to be appointed. He is a citizen. Like political philosophers will always believe that no man is actually political to the extent that he has no political interest.
Mm.
Some may be active politicians, but some may they have that political lineage, they have that political leaning in them, they have that political feelings and support, but they might not be active. That does not mean that they are not political animal.
Okay.
So if you have your interest, this will have the interest. So Wanosike has his own interest. And that interest is peace to certain group. That does not disqualify him from taking up an appointment in River State. The area you should be wary of, if he gets that appointment, is he going to use it for the interest of Rivers people? That is why you call him to do so. That you were there to work for Rivers. Though you have your political affiliation, you have your political lineage and interest, but that doesn't take away the fact that you are a River citizen who was supposed to improve the lot of River States. Simple. But based on the level of political education and socialization in the society, where some people have condemned some people by their own judgment, that makes it look as if some people are better Rivers people than the others. That if some people are given opportunity to serve the Rivers government, oh, they are evil people. They are demons. They are there, though they shouldn't have access to government. It is only them, their own group, that should have access. Meanwhile, you are even doing the worst thing. But based on that political bias, they have sentenced some people. And society is playing to the gallery, supporting those mischief makers, supporting those clandestine information and news to create social disorderliness in the society. We are falling into it. We are being used as tools. And this is where we must put a stop. We must put a stop if we love River State. Then for the other side of it, yes, the appointment, like Rivers government have said, is fake. They have no intention to do that. If the appointer is not telling you that we are not doing this, then who is me now to say, yes, you want to do it, or you have done it, or you are doing it? until it is done. That is when I will now look at the powers to appoint. If they have the power to appoint, then where should I be worried? If they don't have the power to appoint, then I will also call them. No, you don't have the power to so do.
Right.
Riwama is an agency of government, right?
Mm-hmm.
Riwama belongs to Rivers State government. Mm-hmm. And there must be people to man Riwama in order to provide the services for which it was created. So we can't leave Riwama because two people are quarreling for their own selfish political aggrandizement. So should we leave Riwama? What about the other Rivers people who don't belong to either camps? So Riwama must be there to provide the services, and people must man Riwama.
Right.